Yeah, come in. Hello, Dylan. I'm glad to see you finally made it over here to Spectra. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if you'd hired anyone yet for that job.
No, not yet. Are you interested in that position?
Possibly.
Well, Dylan, look, ambivalence is not exactly the #1 quality I look for in members of my team. Do you want the job or don't you?
Well, I'm just not sure whether Spectra is the right place for me.
Well, I'm just not sure whether you're the right man for Spectra.
Then why have you been courting me?
Courting you?
Yes. I mean, you're the one who introduced yourself to me at the coffee shop. You gave me your card. You know, it almost seems as though the job is mine for the asking. Why? Why are you so eager to put me on the payroll, Miss Spectra?
You remember Detective Conran?
Well, of course I do. How are you, Detective?
Mrs. Forrester?
I take it Jessica's home now.
Yes, she's upstairs studying, as a matter of fact.
You didn't tell her we were coming.
No.
Good. We'll get a more accurate reading if we catch her by surprise.
This interview is pivotal to our final decision regarding this case.
Yes, I understand. But there's something I'd like to ask you. I realize that you have to get certain information from her, but please don't badger her in any way. Do I have your word on that?
You have our word.
Thank you. Upstairs, and it's the third door on the right.
I like this much better, thank you.
You are in a better spirit today, my lady.
It is so good to see. I suppose we have Prince Omar to thank for that.
Yet still you seem worried somehow.
It was something Omar said. Something disturbing.
Tell me.
Well, he said that I could go. But he seemed confident that I would change my mind about staying here, that I would choose to remain in the palace instead.
That is odd. Surely the prince knows there is no way you would ever change your mind about leaving.
Yes. Unless...
Unless what?
It just sounds like he's planning something, Ahmed. Something to make me change my mind.
This is the captain.
Moustafa?
Sire.
I am disappointed in you.
But, Excellency, it is not my fault.
Then please tell me, whose fault is it?
Rich Forrester has had your invitation for 2 days now.
2 whole days, with no response. Why hasn't he called me, Moustafa? Tell me, why?
It is not safe to speak now. I will call you later. Mr. Forrester, good evening.
Good evening, Captain. I'd like to make a phone call. Is that possible?
Of course. You may use the cellular phone. Where do you wish to call? I will place it for you.
Casablanca, Morocco. Here's the number right there.
You're calling Prince Omar?
Yes. Probably should RSVP the man. After all, he did invite us to the palace.
Come in.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Assistant District Attorney Teresa Emerson, and this is Lieutenant Conran.
So, what are you doing here? Gonna have me arrested now, too?
So, does my Aunt Stephanie know that you're here?
We just want to ask you a few questions about you and Dylan Shaw.
Is this like a subpoena? Do I have to answer?
No, it's entirely up to you. Answer everything or answer nothing. Your call.
I have nothing to hide. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong.
When did you and Dylan Shaw first meet?
A few months ago.
Could you describe the meeting?
Yeah, he was working as an intern at Forrester, and I was just visiting the building.
Is there anything special that comes to mind about that first encounter?
He gave me a rose.
Pretty romantic first meeting.
Yeah, well, that's the way things have always been with me and Dylan.
Would you say you're in love with him?
Yes. And Dylan's in love with me, too.
Jessica, do you understand the nature of the crime Dylan's been charged with? Statutory rape?
I wasn't raped.
Are you saying you didn't have sex?
No, we made love. And it was beautiful, and it was a mutual decision. He didn't have to trick me or pressure me or get me drunk.
Where did you make love the first time?
It was the only time, and I really think that's an intimate question.
You don't want to answer the question?
All right, it was at his dorm room.
How soon after you met did this happen?
A while.
First date?
No, it wasn't the first date. Sorry to disappoint you.
Well, since we're on the subject, what about that first date, Jessica? What did happen that night?
I wouldn't flatter myself too much, Dylan. There's no guarantee that I'm going to offer you this job.
But I am in the running.
Yes, you're in the running. And thanks to that good experience you had at Forrester Creations, you're slightly ahead of some of the other applicants.
Speaking of the Forresters, you know that I'm involved with a member of that family.
Yes, I am aware that you have been seeing Jessica, the Forrester's niece. I have also heard on the grapevine, the fashion world is a very small town, that you might be in need of a criminal defense attorney before too long.
Well, there's always the chance that I won't.
Take it from one who knows, Dylan. It's always wise to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Do you know any good lawyers?
I'm sure they'll assign me a public defender.
Ah. Well, if that's the way you're going to play it, why don't you just skip the trial and go right now and get fitted for your prison wardrobe? I have a better idea.
Really what?
Come to work for me. I'll see to it that you have a first-class defense attorney free of charge.
Well, that's a very generous offer.
No, it's good business. We keep a mouthpiece on retainer. He's a very slick, very sharp attorney. His name is Connor Davis.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him. Wait a second, didn't he represent Brooke Logan during the Forrester takeover last year?
Yes. Does that bother you?
Look, I appreciate your offer. I really do. But Jessica is the most important thing in my life. And if I come to work for you here at Spectra, then I'm getting in bed with the worst of the Forrester's enemies. And I can't risk alienating them any more than I already have. I'm sorry. I'm probably not the right guy for the job.
What could Prince Omar possibly do to make you change your mind about leaving?
That's what I've been asking myself.
He has already held you against your will.
With disastrous results.
No, it's nothing he could do to me. Not anymore.
What is it, my lady?
It's something you mentioned about Ridge's life possibly being in danger. Do you really think Omar is capable of an act of violence? Maybe I'm being paranoid, but if something horrible were to happen to Ridge, maybe Omar thinks that I would change my mind about staying.
I have given this a great deal of thought. The prince is fundamentally a good and caring man.
Who also had no problem deceiving a helpless woman and holding her captive.
Yes, unfortunately, that is true.
Whatever he has done for love.
Not love, Yasmin, obsession, and he's still obsessed with me. He's probably capable of much worse. He'd do anything to hold on to me.
No. Your nightmare is over. In 2 days, you will be free.
Only I wish I could allow myself to believe that.
Prince Omar is a man of his word. If he says you will be free, then surely you will.
I just don't understand why he thinks I would change my mind.
Perhaps he is sowing the seeds of doubt, hoping against hope.
Because it will break his heart to say goodbye to you. It will be very difficult for all of us, my lady.
Thank you. Thank both of you for everything. You're probably right. My skepticism is born out of fear. I will be going home. Omar has to know in his heart that he can never win.
Palace, West Wing. Hello, may I speak to Prince Omar Rashid, please? This is Ridge Forrester calling.
Who is it?
It is a gentleman named Ridge Forrester.
I will take that. Thank you. Ridge Forrester. I've been expecting your call.
Is this Prince Rashid?
Please call me Omar.
All right, Omar. First, I want to apologize for the delay in getting back to you.
Oh, no, I completely understand. You're on your honeymoon.
Oh, yes, we are. And by the way, I want to thank you for your incredibly generous gift.
It is the custom in my country to bestow gifts upon those with whom we desire friendship. Besides, I have admired your designs for a long time.
Oh, well, that's a wonderful compliment. Thank you very much.
So, have you given thought to my invitation? To join me at the palace?
Brooke and I would love to meet you.
Excellent. I am delighted. So, when can we expect you?
Well, that's just it. I'm not sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, as you know, we are on our honeymoon here.
It would be an honor to help you celebrate this.
Actually, my wife and I are very much enjoying our time alone together, and, but we would love to take you up on your offer next time we're overseas.
Next time?
It could be as early as next spring.
But you are just off the coast of Morocco, only a few hours away. It would be a shame if you couldn't come over and spend the night.
Yes, I know. We'd really like to, but...
Your rooms are all ready, and you would have all the privacy you could possibly desire.
Well, I thank you, but I'm afraid, Omar, that we'll have to decline your offer this time.
Of course. As you wish.
Well, thank you and goodbye, and I want to thank you also again for your wonderful gift and your offer of hospitality. That's very generous of you.
Yes. Goodbye.
Damn it! Here's your phone, thank you. Your phone.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Sleep well.
You too.
Why do you need to know about my first date? Isn't anything private to you people?
We're not here to violate your privacy. We're here to get at the truth.
Look, let's switch gears. Why don't you tell us about Iowa? You know, growing up. Any boyfriends back home?
No.
Most girls your age have been dating for a while.
Yes, I know.
That ever bother you? Being a late bloomer?
Of course it did. I felt like an alien. Like no one would ever love me.
But then things changed, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
When?
After the party.
What party?
Dylan threw a surprise birthday party for me.
Did you have anything to drink at this party?
Yes, but it wasn't Dylan's fault, I swear.
Tell us about it, Jessica.
I got drunk, all right. Gelatin cubes spiked with vodka. I made a complete fool of myself, and I'm sorry about it. I ended up on the dance floor, and as soon as Dylan saw this was happening, he immediately took me home.
What did your aunt say about him bringing you home drunk?
She didn't see us. He took me right upstairs and put me in bed.
Wait a minute. You were half conscious and Dylan tucked you in for the night?
Yes, and he kissed me too. But it was just a kiss. He could have taken advantage of me that night, but he didn't. And that shows just what kind of a man he is. An innocent man. Look, you have to believe me. Dylan does not deserve this. Why don't you just leave us alone and let us be together? I will never love anyone else, and neither will Dylan. And if you put him in jail, you're gonna ruin both of our lives. Not just his.
Thank you for your time, Jessica. You'll be hearing from us. One way or the other.
I cannot believe that you actually still care what the Forresters think of you.
It matters to me, yes.
Dylan, they have accused you of statutory rape. They have had you arrested because of your involvement with their niece. Now, don't you think it's a little late to try and make a good impression?
Well, I really don't want to make matters any worse than they already are.
I don't see how they could get any worse. Eric and Stephanie Forrester seem determined to destroy your life. Now, the only question is, what do you intend to do about it?
Oh, God, I wish I knew.
You need help, Dylan. You need friends. You need allies. You need some first-class legal advice and support. I'm offering you all of that here at Spectra. Take the job, Dylan. You'll never regret it.
Why? Why me?
Well, let's say it's because I think you're getting a raw deal, and I know how that feels. Or let's just say that I have sympathetic feelings for you and Jessica. Or let's just say it's my good deed for the day.
And you're sure there's nothing else behind it?
If, after all I have said to you, you are still that uncomfortable at the thought of working with Sally Spectra, then maybe you should go look for a job in some other fashion house. Only don't hold your breath.
Look, Miss Spectra, I realize the job market is tough out there.
Tough? In the fashion game, the market is as tough as it gets. Now, look, Dylan, I'm very busy. I've got to get back to work. Give me your decision by the end of the business day, all right? After that, I am afraid that my offer is off the table.
I can give you my decision right now. When do I start?
Well, we got what we needed.
What exactly do you mean?
She's clearly in over her head in this relationship with Dylan.
Are you saying that you've made a decision about whether you're going to prosecute or not?
Yes, we have. I'm going to take Jessica before the grand jury as soon as possible.
Yes, we think we can get an indictment for statutory rape against Mr. Shaw.
Captain here.
Mr. Forrester has turned down my invitation.
Yes, Sire. I overheard. I'm very sorry.
Get him here, Moustafa.
But how, Excellency? He does not wish to join you.
I don't care how you do it, Moustafa. Your orders are to have Ridge Forrester and his bride here at my palace within 2 days. Do I make myself clear?